Okay, let's step through each of the permissions one by one and explain why it is necessary. First, see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google Drive files. So the reason this is necessary is because on the first initialization, when AutoInvoice is run for the first time, it creates a folder called AutoInvoice containing a folder, invoices, the configuration spreadsheet, which is the business configuration and your client configuration, the template invoice, which is used to create all the other invoices. So that's on installation. However, whenever you are using AutoInvoice to create invoices, it is making new Google documents based on this template and filling each of them out to produce the new invoices. So its use on a day-to-day basis is creating files within your Google Drive. Next, see and download contact info automatically saved in your other contacts. We're going to include that with the next one. See and download your contacts. The reason this is necessary is because of the search results screen. I want to show character icons for each of the people that appear in this list. In this case, it's using essentially unknown profile images here. The reason being all these emails are really my email address with some added text inside. So they don't actually have their own profiles with pictures attached, but for you and all your contacts, you would see their respective faces. It would be very quick and easy to see who this belongs to. Next, see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google documents. So that relates back to creating new Google Docs, editing the Google Docs. Next, see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google Sheet spreadsheets. So we need to create this configuration spreadsheet. In addition, we need to read the configuration spreadsheet to know what you've set it up with. But more than that, we need to edit it at points. So every time I create an invoice, every time you create an invoice, we're adding a row here and its corresponding events in the last sheet. Next, edit the events that you open in Google Calendar. The reason being, my user interface allows you edit the events that you open in Google Calendar. So we can click on an event in our calendar. We can click on an event in our calendar, and it will show us. Jesus, fuck. Next, see, edit, create, Next, edit the events that you open in Google Calendar, see the events that you open in Google Calendar, and run as a calendar add-on. These all exist. One, to show you this user interface here that belongs to run as a calendar add-on. Then I allow the user to customize each event's configuration. So you can charge a specific amount for that event. You can change the line item description that will appear on the invoice. Now, I need to be able to read the event to see if there's any tags there present. But then after that, if we do click submit, we need to be able to edit the corresponding event that we're looking at right now. View and edit events on all your calendars. So the viewing all the calendar events, view and edit events on all of your calendars. So on each calendar that you have, in this case I'm using the work calendar, we need to be able to view all the events in order to find the events which you can invoice for. In addition, once we do click on invoice and generate an invoice, I need to mark all those events as invoiced, and that'll also change their color to gray. That requires me to have the permission to edit those events. See and download any calendar that you can access using your Google Calendar. So this is just to give you the choice, both in the main interface as well as when setting up a trigger, to choose which calendar you wish to work with. I like to have a work calendar, so I have that separate, but you may of course use your main default calendar. Send email on your behalf. So after we have send email on your behalf, next, send email on your behalf. You can see here an example email that is generated once I've created the invoice, and that includes some basic information in the body, who it is being sent to, and some information in the subject line, but also the attached invoice as a PDF. So this, of course, if we're sending the email straight from the user interface, I need the permission to do so. Manage drafts and send emails. It's corresponding to the same thing. I need to be able to create a draft. Allow this application to run when you are not present. So let's look at the user interface again. Here I allow the user to set a trigger. This makes a time-based trigger that will generate invoices for all valid events since the last time this was run. But in order to run in the background without the user having to manually trigger the process, I need this application to run when you are not present. Lastly, view your country, language, and time zone. This is just to manage formatting of numbers and dates. Yes, that's it. Thank you.